Hopefully you guys are back. We're going to wait and see. We're going to wait and see. Sorry for clearing my throat, but if you guys were watching the last time, the stream conked out on us, and I think we are back in business. Let me make sure. Looks like the stream right now is showing an excellent strength. So welcome back to you guys who were at the previous stream. I don't know what happened, but now I got to send the link out again to some of my special people. So give me 2 shakes of a rattlesnake and I'll be back. And not going to be long. We pretty much went through the whole show. The blog talk got closed out as well. So unfortunately, I won't be able to take phone calls. So sometimes, y'all know the saying, when life gives you lemons, you got to make lemonade. So give me 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds, and I'll be right with you. Be right with you. But for those of you who are back, I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate you returning. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically turn this into a chat session. We'll basically just chat it up. Give me a second. But YouTube is acting funny. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Give me a second. And we should be rolling here in a moment. I got to cut some settings off. And we should be good to go. All right, I think we back. We are back. Crazy. But anyway, for some reason it's telling me that the chat is disabled. So I'm trying to fix that, if y'all bear with me. Trying to fix it. There we go. I think we good now. All right. So round 2. And again, this particular round won't be too long because we already did most of the show. And unfortunately, I closed out a blog talk, so I don't think I can bring blog talk back. So I don't believe I will be able to answer phone calls. So I got to try to remember where we were when we picked up, where we left off. And hopefully we can make the best of it. So like I said, what I'm pretty much going to do here, man, is continue talking about Deontay Johnson. I don't remember where we froze, so I'll again talk about Deontay Johnson briefly. And then I'm going to just open it to the chat. And, you know, I guess the whole idea of stumping for your guy is just not going to happen because I can't take phone calls. So, sorry about that, guys. Technology sometimes gets the best of you. So, anyway, I was saying with Deontay Johnson, man, I was saying that I wouldn't pay him the $20 million a year. I'm glad to see you guys are back, man. And really quick, y'all give me the A-OK, man. I'm pouring my water that y'all saw me walk off and get. Y'all let me know that y'all can hear me just fine. Y'all can see me just fine. I'm not buffering anymore. I don't know what was going on there. I see Antoine Hill is back in here. Lyle McComb, Sade, Lagoon Tours, Bahamas, Lanisha. All right, I see my old faithfuls are in here. Y'all can hear me good, right? Y'all can hear me and see me good? Okay, there we go. Yeah, what happened when I had to create the new chat, it wouldn't even let me reconnect to the old stream. So when I created the new one, for whatever reason, it enabled kids like made for kids, and whenever it does that, it disables the chat. It was a mess. But we back. All right, man. So what was I talking about? Let me ask you guys. Do y'all remember the last thing I was talking about before it went crazy? I saw myself in the stream, and it was funny because I was talking like this, and it kept going. Whatever I was saying, I was moving my head, but it kept freezing like right at that spot. That was hilarious. So I'm gonna rely on you guys really quick. And like I said, I'm not gonna spend much time here because I pretty much covered most of the show. But we'll have a little more time here left, and I'll just let you guys fire away with chats. Again, if you're seeing this stream for the first time, this is part 2. The bulk of the show already took place. Check out the channel and look at the first part of the show until it cut. And what I'm probably going to end up doing is going and, chopping that up somehow and just, or maybe I will re-upload the show and make it all into one. Okay, you guys said I was talking about Boykin, so it went out way before I even got to Diontae. Do you guys remember what I was talking about? I see the Cuda says, okay. Darren Covington says Boykin. And I don't know if he's talking about, was that the last thing I said on the first show? Or if he's just talking about Boykin. The Real Deal says, I think you were talking about Boykin. Wow. So y'all ain't hear nothing about Deontay Johnson. All right, man. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's get it. So Miles Boykin, really quick. I think Miles Boykin will fit with the Steelers offense. How well he will do will be up to him. But I like his body type. I like his upside. I know he had some trouble at the Ravens. He didn't get as many targets. I know he has, he battled a couple injuries here and there. But I'm not mad at them picking up a guy that's 6'3", 220 pounds or so, and ran a 4.42 at the combine. He can't be much slower than that right now. I would give him at least 4.5. This was only a few years ago. He's still young. I'll take it. Surprising that the Steelers took it at $2.4 million. I guess maybe they had inclination that he wasn't going to go through waivers completely, because they probably could have went out and got him afterwards. Or who knows? Maybe he signs with another team. So maybe that's a for sure way of surefire way. Oh, hold on, guys. I think the stream is bugging again. Y'all let me know. Is it bugging again? I think it's bugging again. This is YouTube doing this. This is not my software. Y'all let me know. Is it tripping again? I think it's tripping again, guys. This is YouTube. Can y'all still hear me? Please confirm that you guys can hear me. It looks like, yep. I don't know. I give up. All right, so we back. Okay, we back. For the time being. So I'm asking y'all again. Are we back? Looks like we're in the green. I just hit up Kenyon and I said I give up. It's tripping again. Y'all said y'all can hear me. All right, so I'm going to ask one last time to make sure it's not delaying. So if you guys can say, yes, you're good, and someone saying, no, you're not delayed. So I know that I'm seeing your comments in somewhat real time. So y'all let me know what it is, man. So what I'm going to do really quick, I could even show y'all, man. I'm going to run a speed test. It is definitely not my internet. Let me see this. Definitely not my internet. I'm going to tell y'all the results here in a moment. Blazing fast. And I'm hardwired. My download speed, 936 megabytes per second. Upload speed, it's about to tell me in a moment here. Upload speed is 38 megabytes per second. Blazing fast. Y'all say we're good money. We're not delayed. All right. Let's give it one more crack. So, again, rapid fire. Miles Boykin. I think it's a good pickup for the Steelers. I'm not sure I would have did it at 2.54. I think the Steelers did that because they may have been afraid that he was not going to pass through waivers completely. They may have been afraid that if he was a free agent freely, he wouldn't have signed with the Steelers. I don't know. For whatever reason, they felt like they want to claim the waivers. They took the $2.5 million. There you have it. They got him. So I don't know if I would have done it there at that price point, but why not? Again, young talent. There's not a whole lot of money. I think he's going to fit what the Steelers do. I would love to see him and Claypool on the field at the same time. One of those guys in the slot, Deontay Johnson, at the other wideout, and probably still going to draft a guy. So I'm cool. I'm cool. And just because he didn't do so hot with the Baltimore Ravens doesn't mean he's not going to have success with the Steelers. It's all about scheme, utilization, and if he can stay healthy. So there you go. I think he's going to get opportunities with Pittsburgh. So think about that lineup. Boykin, Claypool, Johnson, Muth. Boy, oh boy. Red zone, Claypool, Muth, Boykin. I'm cool with that. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do is talk about Deontay Johnson. Hopefully the stream stays alive for us. Fortunately, guys, I had already shut down Blog Talk, so can't take phone calls tonight. So, man, I'm really upset about that because I really don't know how we're going to be able to utilize the whole stumping for your guy unless you guys want to do it via email. If you want to do it via email, you can send an email to SimFBallCritic@gmail.com. I will put the link and the criteria in the description of this stream as well once I'm done with this particular stream, the part 2. Let's go. Deontay Johnson. I said a whole lot about him. I'm so mad it got cut out from the first stream. So let me try to recap what I said in the first stream before it started, doing it. Before it started remixing me. Is Deontay Johnson the number one receiver? I think he is. He has to get his drops under control. I think he did last season until the end of the season. For whatever reason, he decided to go back into his old habits around week 14. They started showing up, and they showed up in some key moments. So because these drops have showed up in key moments, because in the past he's also had fumble issues in key moments, I'm not comfortable paying $20 million per year for Deontay Johnson. I do think he's super talented. I think he's outperformed a lot of guys who are getting paid right now. NFL is a business. The market dictates what you get. And I can understand Deontay Johnson looking for a certain amount of money. I don't see him asking for 20, but if the rumors are true and if, allegedly that's what he's asking for, I don't know if the Steelers are going to do it. The Steelers are not at liberty to do it. And what I mean by that is there's no rush. There's no forcing them to do that this season. Again, the Steelers traditionally extend people's contracts when they're in their last, year of their contract. That's traditionally what they've done. They do an extension and they give you a new yearly average and yada, 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 and finagle the cap and all of that, but they do an extension. That's typically how they do it. They don't really wait until your contract expires. They usually try to get you done the off season going into the last year of your contract. But there's no guarantee that they have, on Deontay Johnson's side. They don't have to do that. The ball is in his court. Either he comes and, he's a part of the team, or he decides to do a Le'Veon Bell, even though Le'Veon Bell was on the franchise tag when he did it. But he can decide to sit out, and that'll be on him. Wouldn't show good faith, though. So it's not like they have to do it, because remember, because of the cap situation and all of that, they kind of let TJ's play out. TJ played on the 5th year. Or did he? Or do I have that wrong? Yeah, TJ played on his 5th year, right? And then they extended him last offseason. Am I right on that? Somebody correct my memory there if I'm off. TJ Watt played on his 5th year option. And then after that season, right? Or did they extend him when he was on his 5th year? Somebody help me out with that if I have that wrong. But anyway, traditionally the Steelers like to get you done the year going into the contract year. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know, man. 20 mil a year. Okay, y'all said I was right about the TJ Watt thing. Okay. That's what I thought. But I don't know, man. Listen, I like Diontae. I told y'all, I like the kid. I like his talent. His footwork, his route running, his separation, his catching. I know that sounds a little, it's almost like a oxymoron to say that, or because he has drops, but no. Think of some of the catches he has made. Like Deontay Johnson is a baller. He just has let us down in key moments. And listen, it's all about production. And some people can say, well, yeah, he's had some drops, but he's been way more productive, which is true. But when you're talking about paying a guy the money, GMs and head coaches alike are all going to look at that and say, man, I don't know. How many of those money situations has he made for us or given up? Can we count on him, in key moments? It's a tough situation. So I'm just not sure I would pay it. But if the Steelers want to keep him, they're going to have to. That's the market. Again, I don't know about $20 million, but they're going to have to put him right up there with, Deontay Johnson is looking for top 5 money. Top 5 in the league. And I don't know contracts. You guys can help me out and let me know who has the big contracts. But, yeah. He's going to be looking for top 5 receiver in the league money. And we shall see. We shall see. But that's probably all I got, guys, as far as that. So I'm going to spend some time here in the chat, man, and just chop it up with you guys, man. I hate that the stream dropped and you had to come over here. I appreciate all of you that did. And for those who will see this on the rebound, I hate to make you do it, but if you could kind of watch both videos, I'm going to go try to clean up the other video, like maybe cut it off, where it's not so crazy, and then just rush people over here. But we'll see. Let's see what y'all got. Debbie had something for me. She said, where were you, Debbie? Maybe you could still have the show on Tuesday, start later, and make the entire show about that, and maybe on one or two topics. That's a good idea, Debbie. I'm forgetting that another Terrible Towel Tuesday will happen before Thursday. So yeah, maybe we'll do that, because I definitely don't want to cut it out, man. So we'll dedicate that show. I'll maybe title that show, Who Do You Want the Steelers to Draft? And it'll be all about stumping for your guy. Because we don't really have to dive into too much on that show, because the draft is 2 days later. And we're going to be doing a live show. So maybe we'll do that. Great idea. Let's see. Lagoon Tours. My man says, I'm not big on Diontae getting the big money. He is okay, but he's not a standout number one. He's not an AB or Randy Moss. Yeah. Very talented, but again, when you're talking about 20 million a year, whew. Relfax says, use him as draft capital if he starts complaining. We don't have time for another diva receiver, and Diontae is starting to give me more and more of those vibes. Very selfish. Yeah, and you know what? It might be a little bit hard to trade him, Relfax, in his last year, because, if a team is smart, they don't have to give up the house for him because he's going to hit free agency. However, he's cheap, because he's on his rookie deal. So if there's a team who's primed to win or think that he can help take them over the edge, maybe you can get them to bite and give you a good piece. But it's always tricky trying to trade a guy in his, final season, because teams know what you're doing. You know what I mean? And there's no guarantee to them that they re-sign him, unless they can work out a handshake, a wink type of, listen, as soon as you sign, we'll restructure you. Maybe something like that. Jay Underrated says Diontae is a solid number 2, but we better off getting good trade value for him. Yeah, and again, the trade value might be a little tough. The Real Deal says, man, if we could, I would trade him for Deebo Samuel. Deserves that money that DJ is asking for. Yeah, I feel you on that, The Real Deal. But again, does San Francisco give up Deebo Samuel? What's the incentive for them to do that? Knight Rider says, some fans always want to call someone selfish for wanting to get paid. Only certain players get this treatment I'm starting to see. Okay. I will ask you, Knight Rider, do you want to elaborate on the certain players that you feel get that treatment? But you're right. I think as fans, sometimes, and I'll say we because we're all fans, even though I don't do this so much, I still will say we because we're all family, right? I do think sometimes as fans, we get selfish in our thoughts. It's the same thing I always say when fans say, hey man, this guy should take the hometown discount, and how dare him not stay with Pittsburgh, and yada, yada, yada. But again, that's from a fan's perspective. You got to remember, this is business. Think about how you would do on your job. Think about some of you guys who have job hopped. You sit at a job a couple years, then you go to the next one, make a little more bread or whatever. Or maybe it ain't even about the bread no more. Maybe your salary is decent, but now it's different variables and different factors that make you want to go work at this company versus that company. It's a business. The only reason why it's highlighted more is because these guys are multimillionaires, and it's a business that we don't play in. But it's a business. So I do agree with Knight Rider there. I tend not to call these athletes selfish because, listen, that's the game they're playing in. Now, you could argue, let's use Deshaun Watson as an example, because that's the biggest football contract. I was going to use a basketball contract, but now you could use Deshaun Watson. You could argue if a guy needs $230 million to be secure in his life and, the rest of his life he's taken care of. You could argue if someone actually needs that amount of money, excuse me, but this is where I give the players the benefit. That's the game they play in. So if I was an NBA star, NFL star, whatever, that's the arena I play in. So I'm going to ask for as much as I can. Why not? That's the arena I play in. Just like at my current job, is certain salaries that I demand. Because that's the arena I play in. You ain't going to pay me peanuts. I'm going to shoot for the top salary if I can. But I work, my work speaks for that. But if I was an athlete, yeah, I'm going to shoot for that dough. That ain't selfish. That's the arena I play in. The $1 billion playpen. That's what it is for these owners. How much money they making. And we, being me, if I'm an athlete, we as athletes are part of the reason why you making that money. Is because we put the butts in the seats. And because we put butts in the seats, we also have those same butts going to get concession. And then those same butts have to park somewhere. It all trickles down. And also, because of us on the field, you get those TV contracts and the sponsorship. Come on now. So why shouldn't athletes try to get the biggest piece of the pie that they can while they're able to play this game? So I'm never going to call a player selfish. I'm not. And again, it's money that most of us can't comprehend, meaning most of us are probably never going to see $20 million a year. I won't say none of you will, because I don't know what everybody does for a living. But most of us won't see that type of money, so we can't fathom a guy being like, nah, I want 20, I won't take 19. Now, from a fan's perspective, yes, we all have said, come on, man, you can't cut back $1 million. Yeah, but again, when I look at it from putting myself in my own shoes and, a job going to say, well, look, we're going to do this, but we have to pay you $5,000 less. And some people will be like, it's only $5,000. But I'm like, no, that's my $5,000. I want that. So just my thoughts, man. Miss Debbie says some of these owners should relinquish their salaries, as horrible as their teams have been. Yuck. I'm with you there, Miss Debbie. Oh man, Kenya says people are really Ralph Tresvant level of sensitivity out here. What else y'all got, man? Let me see what y'all got. Gotti2X says, I hope we move on from Edmonds. Okay. Let me ask you, Gotti, what's your biggest beef with Terrell Edmonds? I'm not challenging your opinion. I'm just asking. What's your biggest beef of him that makes you just want to move on from him entirely? The Real Deal says, maybe we're tripping, man, because the cap went up. We just have to get used to these new big number contracts. That is a fact. We starting to see stuff we've never seen, man, in football, and rightfully so. We should. It's a grueling sport. So if some of these other sports can do it, and there's, the caps are extremely large, or there's no cap at all, then the NFL players should start getting bags too and getting more guaranteed bread. I'm all for that. Let's see. Dusk Thunder says, did you know Miles Boykin and Claypool played together in college? I wonder if that's one of the reasons Pittsburgh got it. Yeah, I knew that. I knew they definitely know each other from Notre Dame. Carmichael the Guru says DJ on a 3rd round deal, which is cheap in football, but $22 million. Yeah. Diontae asking for that. Guapo. Sonny Rothmiller says Edmonds isn't Lamar Jackson, who we should have taken. Okay. Not mad at that. Let me ask y'all this. What year did Lamar Jackson get drafted? Was that 2018? Was that 2018 or 2017? 18? Somebody give me that year that Lamar Jackson got drafted. I think AB ruined it for future Steelers receivers getting long-term deals. Possibly. Dark Storm says, I like Edmonds as a solid safety. I think he feels disrespected between the fans and the team not taking his 5th-year option. That 5th-year option not being picked up could very well have something to do with it. You're very right. All right, so I got double answers because somebody confirmed. I got 2017 and 2018. So I think Diggy said, yeah, my bad, 2017. All right, so let me ask y'all this. Not saying what you would have done. Let me ask a real legit question of Steeler fans that I'm going to go as far as saying you should know your team. Now, wait. Now, Debbie said 2018. Kenya says 2018. All right, see, some people are off here. So, okay, let's even say 2018. Let's use the latter. Do you think the Steelers were going to draft a quarterback in the 1st round in 2018? That's a serious question. It's very easy for us to say now, man, we should have drafted Lamar Jackson. But again, ask yourselves, do you think the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to draft a quarterback in the 1st round in 2018 with Ben Roethlisberger currently on the team? Do you guys remember the season that Ben Roethlisberger had in 2018? Now, again, I'm not saying that you have to agree with what the Steelers did. I'm only asking you guys, do you think the Steelers would have done that? And if your answer is no, then you shouldn't be saying they should have drafted Lamar Jackson. I get it from a stand perspective. You could say, man, look at Lamar, look what he is. But again, the team they basically built the offense around Lamar in Baltimore. And at this point, Lamar Jackson, not fair to him, so I'm not shading him, but at this point, he hasn't done much more than what we've done. We've gotten to the playoffs a couple times, but you understand what I'm saying? It's not like they've won a chip to where you could say outright they should have taken him. Now, if you want to say, well, having Lamar Jackson and our defense, yada, 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 yeah, well, the Ravens have had defense too. So I'm just saying that it's always a bias when you see these players and when they get drafted and where they go and how they perform. But you got to ask yourselves again from a general manager standpoint, team owner standpoint. Yeah, now who saw Terrell Edmonds being the first round pick? I know, but I'm just saying you couldn't have thought at that year that the Steelers are drafting. Matter of fact, they would have had to draft him at the spot where they drafted Edmonds. Nah, I don't see it. So that's why I can't be mad at that. Yeah, Ben went crazy in 2018. So again, when you look at the perspective, it's like clearly Ben Roethlisberger was still the guy and could still play. He set records that season. So the Steelers were not looking, again, maybe they're to their own detriment. This is the reason why now we have Trubisky right now as the guy that's basically touted to start. Steelers, yeah, they kind of, they've taken the long haul approach to finding a replacement. But I'm just saying, we all know that's how they operate. So there's no way I could criticize them not taking Lamar Jackson when I understand how they operate. That's all I'm saying. Not saying anybody's thought is wrong. But all right, one or two more, man, then I'm going to get out of here, man. Wait, hold on, Debbie, what y'all talking about? You said, she even said he is lucky he's cute. Who y'all talking about? I got to hear this one. Fill me in on that conversation. I'm just curious about what y'all are talking about and who y'all are talking about. That just sounds funny. That sounds hilarious. Colin Kaepernick is blackballed from the NFL. You won't ever see him play again in the NFL. He sued the NFL. Yeah, that is a fact. Which I'm gonna be honest, man. If I'm being honest and 100 like I always am, Colin Kaepernick is starting to baffle me a little bit in terms of his, and his relentlessness, it seems, trying to get back in the league. I'm a little conflicted about some of the things you said in the past about, you would think he wouldn't want to have anything to do with the NFL. I don't know. Round of applause to Carmichael, the sports guru. Appreciate the donation. He says, it's easy to say who we should have drafted 5 years later. Hindsight is always 20/20. People have to understand Edmonds had the traits and they took a chance and ended up with a 4-year solid starter. I could not agree with you more. The draft is all about taking a chance on prospects, on measurables, on projections. You're correct. And it's easy as fans for us to look in the rear view and say, see, you should have. It's easy to do that. Like I said, we don't have to agree. All of us was like Scooby-Doo when they drafted Edmonds. We all did that. Like, huh? Him? Like, I didn't even have him in the top, 32 picks. He was a talented player at Virginia Tech, but I didn't even fathom that would be, y'all know my story, the Jesse Bates story. I don't have to tell it again. I thought you were going to go Bates when Bates is still sitting there. I don't know. Who are y'all talking about, Debbie? Bring me up to speed real quick before I go. It was just funny. It was funny to see that comment. So I'm curious to know what y'all were talking about there. Camp So Fun, man. Another donation, man. I appreciate you. Round of applause. Y'all talking about Jimmy G. Camp So Fun says, Sim, you heard Hugh Jackson is suing the Browns for telling him to tank in 2016 and 2017. Whoa, I didn't hear that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my. Man, boy, the Cleveland Browns have an opportunity to really have egg on their face, man, if some things transpire. After doing what they did with Deshaun Watson. Listen, I'm happy for Deshaun Watson. I am, for multiple reasons. You know, we haven't seen this type of money. If I'm being honest, you know, people don't be offended, folks. If I'm being honest, there was one time in NFL history where there was no such thing as an African-American quarterback. So is it kind of ironic to see an African-American quarterback set the biggest contract in football history in terms of guaranteed money? That is amazing. That's an amazing feat, right? However, this same African-American quarterback has 20-something allegations against him. Now, again, I'm all for he's innocent until proven guilty. I am a huge component of that. But it ain't even his fault. I'm looking at the Browns like this, like, whoa, what a chance to take. What a chance to take. It's just weird. Something stinks about how they're going about this. I don't know what it is, but something stinks in Cleveland, guys. I'm just saying. Round of applause to C. Antoine Hill. Appreciate it. Said plus Edmonds was projected as a linebacker. Yeah, I don't remember that as far as where he was projected, but yeah, you know, it was a curveball. I don't think many people thought that would be the first round pick. There's no question there. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it with that. There's something that reeks about what Cleveland is doing. Like I said, I am happy for Deshaun Watson, but it's just weird that a team would jump out the window like that with the circumstances. Like it's weird. Even like how they just poo-pooing on Baker now. And you know, and again, I'm not campaigning for Baker. It's just, y'all understand what I'm saying? It's just a little weird, right? A little weird. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's very interesting. Yeah, and I agree with Sonny Rothmiller here. You know, it doesn't appear to be that there's going to be any criminal things, but it's just, again, think about the NFL traditionally, man. Allegations, usually people stay away from that and all of that, and it's just, I'm not mad at them signing him. Again, you know, I don't think there's going to be any criminal charges that's going to come from it, but it's just to take on all of that with the media is going to be a circus. Crazy. It's going to be a circus, and they guaranteed $230 million. Whew. Round of applause to Deshaun Watson's people. So yeah, we'll see. But all right, man, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, man. Oh, wait. Whoa. King Go Crazy says Chase is absolutely better than Deontay Johnson. Which Chase we talking about? Jamar Chase or Chase Claypool? Somebody gotta clear this up for me before we go. I'm just curious to know the opinion. Answer that one question for me. Because all you said was Chase is absolutely better than DJ Dude. Don't know who he's replying to or anything. But I just need to know which Chase are y'all talking about. Okay, Jamar. Okay. Okay, because y'all was about to see me go like, what? But yeah, we out of here. We're out of here. We made it through the night. Before we get stream, it locks up again. I'm going to get out of here. Love y'all for coming through, man, twice. I apologize for the YouTube fronting the way it did on us. Clearly, like I told you guys, it wasn't my software. I had well enough speed. It was YouTube bugging. So, all right, man, I'm going to get out of here. If you haven't already, guys, of course, I'm going to remind you to do this for me right here. Nope, that's not it. Where's my button? I don't know. I'm going to just do it manually. Hold on. And it's still not working. See? Stuff is tripping tonight. Anyway, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Cut on your notifications. Hit that like button. And of course, I'm always going to tell you guys, stay safe. God bless. Good night. And thank you for tuning in to Terrible Towel Tuesday. Catch you guys later. Peace.